friends, today I am in Malacca, Malaysia, visiting a very special place called the Malaqa House Museum. This museum looks just like an old traditional house from a long time ago. When I walked inside, it felt like going back in history, like stepping into the past. The museum shows how rich families in Malacca used to live. I learned that the house was built more than 100 years ago. Can you imagine people living here without phones, TVs, or even cars? The house has strong wooden walls made from hard tropical wood. The furniture is also made of beautiful carved wood. The museum shows dresses and costumes worn by families. The museum also has an art gallery section. Some art pieces show festivals with people in traditional clothes. The carvings have flowers, dragons, and even phoenix birds on them. I felt like the furniture itself was telling stories. There are many antique chairs with tall backs. In the corridor, I saw a long row of wooden windows. The breeze coming through the corridor window made the whole house feel cool and fresh. The house even has a small recreational area where the family used to spend time together. The recreational area made me feel that the house was not only beautiful but also full of happy memories. The cupboards were filled with colorful clothes and embroidered slippers. When I peeked outside through the corridor window, I could see the street and imagine children playing there long ago. The museum is full of antique wooden furniture that looks very grand. On the walls, I saw many old photographs in black and white. The people in the photos wore traditional clothes and looked very serious. In the middle of the house, there was a bright open courtyard. The sunlight came through the open roof, making the place feel warm and cheerful. The courtyard had potted plants that made it look fresh and green. This space was like the heart of the house where families gathered. I noticed a set of wooden chairs with a small table beside them. The chairs were strong, shiny, and decorated with carvings of flowers. In one corner of the museum, I saw antique wooden idols. At night, the courtyard must have been the best place to look up at the moon and stars. Even though the wooden furniture is more than 100 years old, it still looks new and beautiful. The family probably prayed to Buddha for peace and happiness. I felt very calm just looking at them, like the room had a peaceful magic. Malacca is a very old city in Malaysia with a lot of history. A long time ago, it was a busy port where traders from China, India, and Europe came. People sold spices, silk, porcelain, and other treasures here. The Portuguese were the first to rule Malacca a long time ago. Then the Dutch came and built forts and big houses. After that, the British ruled for many years. Because of all these different rulers, Malacca has a mix of cultures and traditions. The Malaqa House Museum shows how rich families lived in the past. It has old furniture, art, and photographs that tell stories about history. Visiting the house is like stepping back in time to see how people lived hundreds of years ago. At the back of the house, there is a small backyard. At the side of the house, I saw an old horse stable. I could imagine horses standing here hundreds of years ago. I found a gramophone station in the house. It has an old-fashioned music player with a giant horn. The gramophone makes me imagine the house full of music and dancing. Some records were stored in a wooden cabinet next to it. The house shows the traditional Peranakan style with lots of wooden carvings. Malacca was a busy port city, so the house has many items from China, India, and Europe. The museum has furniture, art, and decorations that are more than 100 years old. The owners of the house were important people in Malacca long ago. The museum tells stories about how families cooked, slept, and celebrated festivals. It also shows how people used music, games, and prayers in their daily life. Visiting the museum is like stepping back in time to see life in old Malacca. Today, it helps people learn about history, culture, and traditional Malaysian life. The museum has many antique household items from long ago. Visiting the Malaqa House Museum is fun, educational, and magical. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.